Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with number 95 in the series Viewers Games, and also the second move in the heroic battle between myself and the Chess to Impress viewers, but we get to that at the end of the video. It is Jonas' turn. Hello chess fan, this is Jonas from Brazil. Hi Rick, I've attached a PGN file of a game of mine in this email. This game was played via chess.com and it was a 10-minute game with no increment. I played as white. I would describe this particular game as a casino, but in the end I was quite surprised. In the day of the game I was feeling a little bit as an experimentalist. I'm not a chess theorist and I'm far from a grandmaster, and I found this game surprisingly fun. Thank you in advance, keep up the good work, Jonas. And let's look at Jonas' game. As he said, it was played on chess.com, 10 minutes per player per game. Jonas had a rating of 1059 and his opponent was the Lion's Roar 30 with a rating of 1108. Let's have a look what happened. Jonas opened with the e-pawn and his opponent played the Sicilian. Bishop c4 and knight c6, and Jonas developed his knight to f3. e6. Jonas castled, put the king safe, knight f6, and here rook e1 was played. e5 is also possible, kicking that knight as black has not played d6 yet, but it does not give white an advantage. Knight g4 is possible, and now that pawn is attacked twice, so rook e1 is logical to protect the pawn twice, and then d6 and black will equalize. So rook e1 was played first by Jonas. Now d6 is the most accurate move, but black played bishop e7. And now Jonas played e5. If you go to g4 now, then it's not as strong. The pawn on e5 is protected well enough, so you can just kick the knight with h3 to a worse square. But black did not go to g4, he went to h5 with the knight. Also not a great square. Knights do not want to be on the rim of the board. d4, pushing in the center, and black played g6 to give the knight a square in case white pushes g4, then the knight can go back to g7. Instead of g6, d5 is the best move to not get into a bad position. Then e takes d6 en passant, queen takes g6, and black is okay. But as mentioned, g6 was played. d5, great move from Jonas. One of those situations when taking immediate action is stronger than first completing development. Black has not played accurately in the opening and white is already going to attack him. Well played, Jonas. Great move, recognizing that immediate attack is the best way to play here. It's one of the most difficult things in chess. When to attack? Do we first complete development or are we going for it straight away? Now black has different options. E takes d5 is possible, but then queen takes d5 with a little threat on f7. Black can castle, and then bishop h6 is a strong move, hitting the rook, and you can interpose the knight. Don't play the rook away because then f7 is hanging again. But as said, you can interpose the knight and then knight c3 with a nice advantage for white. Another way to play after d5 is to play the knight that is attacked to a5, hitting the bishop. Then d6 is the strongest move. If you take the bishop, then white takes black's bishop. Queen takes. I just give a few more moves of this variation. The first choice of the engine, g4. Knight back, and then b3 hitting the other knight, knight b6 and bishop g5 with also a big advantage for white. Black decided not to take on d5, he did not play knight a5 either, he decides to give up a pawn with knight d4. Jonas says thank you very much, I'll take the pawn, queen takes, and now black took on d5. Queen takes with a threat again on f7. Black castled. Bishop h6 was played by Jonas. Knight interposed. And now Jonas decided to keep attacking with e6. And that is not a good move. Chess is so difficult. Sometimes it's good to attack straight away instead of developing. And sometimes it's good to develop instead of attacking. When to use which strategy is very difficult, and it's one of the many things that strong players are better at than not so strong players. In this case, e6 is not a good move for tactical reasons. Knight c3, developing that knight, would have given white a very good position. Why is e6 not a good move? Black found the refutation. He took on e6, hitting the queen. Queen went to e5, and then there is bishop f6 with his skewer, hitting the queen and hitting b2 as well. And then the rook on a1 cannot be saved. Jonas played his queen to d6. There's bishop takes b2, hitting the rook that cannot be saved because it's stuck in the corner, cramped in by its own pieces. And here another bad move from Jonas. He keeps attacking. Rook takes e6. It is hard to stop attacking. Switching from attack to defense is very tough, mostly psychologically. And that's another thing that strong players are much better at. Jonas should have taken his medicine with knight d2. Bishop takes a1, rook takes a1 with a winning position for black, but white can still fight. After all, it's a blitz game. But rook takes e6 is a very spectacular move, but it simply does not work. D takes e6 or knight takes e6 is good enough for black. Black is a winning position. That rook sacrifice is not strong enough. But black took the wrong rook. Black took on a1. That a1 rook won't run away anytime soon. He really should have taken the other rook, because now the rook sacrifice does work. And we see a nice mating combination. Rook e8 check from Jonas. It's a discovered check. The bishop is giving check to the king. Knight e6. And do you see the mate in one? Yes. Queen takes f8 is checkmate. Jonas did not see that. He chose a mate in two variation. Bishop takes e6 check. You have to take. And now queen takes f8. And that was checkmate after 19 moves. Well played, Jonas. Not the most interesting game ever, but what I really liked about this game is that it showed the principle of when to attack and when to develop, and that it is very difficult sometimes to choose between the two. And also making the switch from attack to defense, that is also quite difficult. Well played, Jonas. You beat a higher rated opponent in this game. Thank you very much for sending it in. And now on to another game, myself against the Chess to Impress viewers. I had played d4 last week and I asked you to put your first move in the comments. 30 people put in a move. One viewer wanted to play g5 on the first move. Another viewer wanted to play h7 to h4. And I had to tell him that it is an illegal move. Knight f6 is the move that was chosen most. Closely followed by d7, d5. And you see the votes for the other moves there. A wide range of first moves. Some good moves. But also you see h7, h5 there. That is another very good move against d4. So we have knight f6 on the board. Played by the Chess to Impress viewers. And I'm going to play my second move, c4. So it's up to you again. Please put your second move in the comments of this video. And we'll make your second move and my third move in the viewers game number 96, which will be published on Sunday, July 14th. I want to say thank you to the 30 viewers that have picked up the challenge and sent in a first move. Hopefully we'll have some fun during this game. I'm sure we will. I hope you enjoyed Jonas's game. I hope you found it instructive and entertaining. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel and please leave a comment. I will read them all and I will reply to them all. If you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter and on Facebook. And if you would like your game to be analyzed on Chess to Impress, then you can send it to me by email to classroomchess64@gmail.com. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.